Everybody, Mcleod 31 back here for FSI DFS. I'll be breaking down the Xfinity Series race tonight at Las Vegas. TK is away for the weekend, so I'll be doing these solo. So on screen here, as you can see, we have the playoffs. So if Ty Gibbs is not in the playoffs, I just put that there as a reminder that the 1 and 2 people in the playoffs here, Cindric and AJ, they have 3 more races before the cut, and it goes down to 8. And one of the races is Talladega. So it's very important to get off on a good start here because Talladega is such a wild card race. So Cindric and Allmendinger have so many points that they should comfortably, even unless they have 3 horrible races, they should be able on points to be able to make it. Anybody that wins automatically gets in, but from 3rd to 12th, there's only about a 20-point difference. So you're going to see these places change pretty rapidly throughout the race. So let's just start at the top here. Cindric, I think, is your prime player. He's got should get out there and lead this race, dominate, get a lot of dominate points. 10-2 is not a bad price for him, so I'm going to lock him in as my first guy. AJ Allmendinger has had a good season. He and Cindric, we'll just have to see what happens after they finished and kind of wiped each other out at the end of that race for the regular season finale last time out. So hopefully they've kind of worked things out and that they can not take each other out in the first lap. But Allmendinger, he's had a fast car, but he's a GPP for me. It's not exactly his style of track. He has definitely been having a better year than expectations. So if you want to take a shot on him, but I think Cindric is going to lead there. The pricing on Allmendinger is not bad. Allgaier, same thing, great season, could definitely win this, could definitely get out there and dominate, but I don't think that he's the play here. GPP definitely fine with. Haley, again, good car. He's struggled a little bit, made some bad decisions, like the pricing here, but I don't think I'm going to use him as a second dominator. Harrison Burton, the same thing. Doesn't have a win this season. He's been okay. I mean, he could luck box his way into the championship. He's an 8th, so he's just on the cut line, needs to do well to make sure he holds that and advances to the next round. So he's a GPP also. I think you can play Ty Gibbs in cash. He's not in the championship, but I think that he's one that could get out there, and he's got a good car, good equipment, and he could potentially lead some laps here. But I think Daniel Hemrick is where I'm going to go as my second dominator. He likes this track. He's very comfortable here. I know he has never run a race in over 200 races, and I'm not going to say this is the first, but I think that he can get out there, lead laps, has a little bit of place differential starting in the place where he's starting, which is, move that over there, in 7th place. So like the pricing, like what he can do, and I think that he and Cindric is where I'm going to start my lineups. Brandon Jones, again, is a good driver. I think this is an okay track style for him, but he's always a GPP because he gets way too aggressive and makes mistakes and ends up crashing really early. Same thing with Grayson. You put these 2 guys together. Now, Grayson has mellowed out. He has been better recently. So at 10-7, starting 9th, and Grayson might be in a really good position. So I'm listening to his GPP just because of how volatile he's been in the past, but he might actually make sense in cash here. So if you want to play him in cash and use him as your second dominator over Hendrick, or if you want to try to get all 3 of them in, I'm fine with that because there's a lot of good value coming up. Sam Mayer is not in or Riley Herbst is next. Again, he is, I think he's a cash play here just based on the pricing. If you can fit him in your lineup, I think if you want like a third guy that's in the playoffs, he makes sense here. But again, he struggled, but I think this is a better track style for him to go. Sam Mayer, GPP here. He's in a good car, but he has struggled as he's making the switch to Xfinity. He's had some good races. He's had some horrible races. So he's boom or bust. So I can't feel good with him in cash. Myatt Snyder I can also. So if you don't feel Riley Herbst and you have like $400 more, a little bit more place differential, he definitely has a top 10 car, maybe a top 5 car. So like him in cash. Jeremy Clements made the playoffs. I think he can definitely finish in the top 15. I don't see a ton of upside with him besides the pricing is good at 71. So I think I'd rather take some of the other guys. He's kind of going to be priced in no man's land in some of your builds, but if he fits and works, then he's a good play. I'd probably, looking at the price tag, you could drop down a little bit more and find some other value at the price that's starting lower in the back that has more place differential. Jeb Burton, I think he definitely makes sense here also. So if you can fit it in and you can get in like Cindric, Hemrick, and Burton in your lineup, I think he is definitely the play. I like him a little bit more than Riley Herbst. They're $200 more. There's more place differential. He's fighting for his ride. He doesn't have anything locked up for next year. So I think he's a good play there. Josh Berry, kind of expensive here, but I think he has potential in the one car to get up there, could finish in the top 5. So I think you're playing for pace differential there. Don't think he gets out there and leads and dominates, but there is an outside chance of that. Brandon Brown is safe to maybe get a couple places at 7K there. And 16th, same thing with Lab at 550 is decent. Starting a little too far forward, but I think he can stay in the top 20. Josh Williams, no, too expensive. Rather take Lab. It's almost the same play, but Lab is more stable. Tommy Joe Martins, same thing. I think he can stay in the top 20. Price is fair there. Same thing with Sieg. So these guys here are probably whatever fits in your price range are solid fill-in plays for your lineup. Joe Graff, I'm not interested in. He's probably going to go back. Earnhardt, a little fit far forward. GPP price is okay. Buford, solid here. He should be able to stay in the top 25 and 56. Perkins, no, he's probably going backwards. Luplo is a good driver. He was in the Xfinity series a couple of years ago. He was in a team with Kaz Grala, and then I think they kind of folded up. So he's trying to get back into it. He raced truck last night, so he's seen the track. So 58, a decent race car. I think he can stay in the top 25, maybe in the top 20 at 58. That's a good price there. Weatherman's probably moving backwards. Fade on him. Moffitt and Dillon, you have to pay a little bit for. And if you're not paying up for a ton of studs and you're looking for more place differential than trying to figure out who's going to dominate up top and finish good up there, there's a little bit less risk here with these two guys. Moffitt is back after his injury. Ty Dillon gets the Jordan Anderson car. And Dillon's had some solid races the last couple. So definitely like the two of them if you're looking for some place differential plays down here in this range. Mills, Massey, no. Vargas, he's about where we'd like to play him. So could possibly get up into the top 30, maybe the top 25. 5,300 is not bad for him. Spencer Boyd, I think, is definitely also good play here to get up there. But I really like these next two guys even more. JJ Yaley, he's been solid this year in the 17 car. So I think he's a cash play. But Matt Jaskell, actually, I saw something he's going to skydive into the track for drivers recognition. I think this is his home track too. So really like him as a cash play here. I think he's going to be kind of sneaky. I believe it's his home track. So at 5K, decent car. I think he's someone to look at. Carson Ware, I'm not sure about that car. It's probably going to be slow, not make it too far. Curly is my other prime play down here. I think he, out of these like bottom cars, is the one that could get up into the top 25. Good driver, experienced driver, decent car. Could get 10 to place differential points for 6,100. He's going to be the third lock into my lineup. Castle, same thing. He's had a really good season in a decent car also. A little bit more expensive, so that's why I have Curly as the prime play over Castle. But I think place differential wise, he can definitely get you some. You just have to pay for it. So if it's there in your construction, I'm fine. David Starr, not interested. Seagag, McLaughlin, and this Harmon car, they're not horrible. Like if Weatherman was starting here, we'd play him. So definitely CJ McLaughlin is in consideration. You always have to be a little bit concerned with the tech, but 49, if that opens up what you need to get up top, then definitely okay with it. And then BJ Mcleod starting last here. I don't think he's actually not last. I think he's 39th actually. I put him as 99th, but I think it's a little bit too much to play for BJ McLeod. Would definitely rather have like Castle or Yaley in a better car. So kind of ends the breakdown now. So like I said, try to find a couple dominators up top. I think it's going to be Cindric and Hemrick are the ones I'm looking at, and then probably going to try to get Burton in there, and then go all the way down and look at these value guys. I'm going to put Curly in there and see who else fits in my lineup. And then I might play around and some GPPs with some of the other guys in the playoffs up top to see, who might do well. So appreciate you watching. If you have any comments, put them down below. It can help you out with questions, and wish TK luck this weekend at his friend's wedding, and hopefully we'll have him back next week for the breakdown. So appreciate you guys watching. I know there's a lot going on today with college football, getting ready for NFL, and just enjoying hopefully a beautiful fall day. So I'm Mega Ruler 31, and until next time, appreciate you watching, and good luck tonight.